I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. The body of a missing jet skier is discovered by divers in the Intracoastal Waterway. 18-year-old Richie Volmar's body was found around lunchtime Thursday near Bing's Landing after a 24-hour search. Sheriff Rick Staley.
The joint effort by Flagler County Sheriff's Marine and Dive Unit, NFWC, to recover this young man and bring closure to the family so they can start the healing process.
A friend had called 911 Wednesday after Volmar fell off a jet ski and his friend lost sight of him. Richie, who was a previous student at Flagler Palm Coast High School, was not wearing a life vest. Flagler County's administrator will step down from his post within the next few months. John R. King reports.
Flagler County Administrator Jerry Cameron informed county commissioners earlier this month via letter that he's in the process of leaving the position by the end of June, although he told WNZF that was a, as he put it, squishy date.
Because we are maybe not finished with something, or maybe I finished 30 days early. I don't know, but that's what I think is going to happen. We got a superb core leadership team in place. The chief of staff is doing tremendously well as we expected. And I'm confident that when I do actually leave, that I will leave the county in good shape. And that's what I came to do. Came to fill a gap, to clear some problems out of the way, and to create some core leadership here so the permanent administrator coming in would have a good opportunity for success.
Cameron was hired in February of 2019 following the forced resignation of Craig Coffey for what was supposed to have been a half-year interim tenure. Among those considered as front-runners as replacements is Jorge Salinas, who currently shares deputy administrator roles with Heidi Petito.
Certainly, Jorge would be a contender, and if he continues to perform the way that I have seen him so far, he would be a strong contender. But, before I would say I would make a recommendation, I'd like to see him a few more months and additional responsibilities that I will be giving him starting probably next week.
Cameron, who will turn 76 in April, said Flagler County's on the verge of what he called an incredible future, and that if he were 15 years younger, he'd compete for the permanent position. But it was time to step aside and let someone who's in the middle of their career assume the role, saying that the decisions that will be made in the next few years will be critical to the county's future. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Candidates vying to be the next mayor of Flagler Beach addressed the Army Corps of Engineers' dune restoration project in a debate moderated by the Palm Coast Flagler Chamber of Commerce's Junior Chamber and sponsored by WNZF. Kim Carney says Flagler Beach has very little control on this issue.
We've been there, we've studied it, we've done the soil, we've participated in helping with the easements. I think the city has cooperated to the best of its ability, and now it's in government hands, and it's at the federal level. So the county has to kind of play ball at the federal level to get the project done.
Candidate Patrick Quinn was invited to the forum but didn't participate. Candidate Susie Johnston says Flagler Beach residents played a big role in making this project happen by getting as many easements as possible to allow the work to go forward. She says they also tried to appease holdouts.
We raised money. We've been trying to pay them off. That was through a grassroots movement. And the last update from Al Hadid, the county attorney on the dune restoration project, we're moving forward. And now we just need to get the construction portion started at least. We're approaching hurricane season, and there's not a lot of options to keep our beach safe. You can have dune restoration, you can have a seawall, or you can have hopes and dreams. And I'm not going to leave my house up to hopes and dreams with a hurricane. I would like to see dune restoration, bring in the sand, and let's get started.
County Attorney Al Hadid gives us an update on where the project stands, mentioning the grassroots fundraising efforts Johnston talked about.
We're now working on the last 4. We will probably have to initiate legal proceedings in order to secure those easements if we can't do them voluntarily. The GoFundMe group, which raised quite a bit of funds, was able to interact with certain owners and provide them a reasonable compensation for signing the easements, but these 4 remaining owners have not.
The election in Flagler Beach is March 2nd. An education grant is being put to work in Flagler County. Karen Johnson has the details.
Daytona State College has received the Entrepreneurship Education and Training Grant from the Florida Department of Education that's designed to introduce students in career and technical education programs to the mindset required of successful entrepreneurs while guiding and developing their entrepreneurial skills. The grant also allows the college to partner with local business and development organizations to promote long-term economic growth here locally. Cheryl Weems, Associate Vice President of the Mary Carl College of Workforce and Continuing Education.
We will have an influence in both Volusia Flagler counties because we have CTE programs from Daytona State College offered in both of those counties. We have our Flagler Palm Coast campus, where we have our CTE programs that are offered up there, particularly in the allied health area. We have workforce programs in construction, and we also have our adult education, GED, and ESOL programs.
The project will promote and nurture an entrepreneurial mindset for Daytona State students and in Palm Coast. In addition, Weems says the EET project will benefit from broad collaboration and support by several regional organizations who have agreed to participate during the initial grant period and beyond, such as the African American Entrepreneurs Association, Career Source Flagler, Volusia, Center for Business and Industry, Daytona Regional Chamber of Commerce, and Volusia County Economic Development. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.